ABC3 News at 7 with Michael Benny, winner of the Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence.
Good evening. The Syracuse school superintendent calls the attack on one of his teachers the worst in-school incident he's seen. A student's mother, the suspect, 31-year-old Lynzina Sutton, has been bailed out of jail but is facing felony assault charges. Today we learned the principal at Lincoln Middle School was in the classroom and saw the attack. Allure Lagarde begins our team coverage now.
The district attorney blames that mother, the suspect, and says he will be pursuing state prison time if she's convicted. The Syracuse City Police Chief, as well as the school superintendent, agreeing, saying she's to blame and the community needs to look at what led her to do this. It was Friday morning when Lynzina Sutton seriously injured her child's Lincoln Middle School teacher in the teacher's classroom in front of students, the principal, and other staff. She was even able to get away, fleeing the school and police until later Friday afternoon. This raised alarms for many, wondering how was a 4-foot 10-inch 31-year-old mother able to do this, and how was she able to leave the school?
I think the lesson in this is how do we begin to make sure that these types of things don't happen? Because I don't think the district should be the one in question here. It's what are we doing in our community that we can work together and these types of things don't happen.
Chief Joe Cecil says the responsibility only lies on one person, and it wasn't the school district, security, or his officers.
The sole responsibility of this incident lies with the suspect, who violated not only the law, but school protocol.
We will do everything that we can to deliver the right messages to say we're going to hold that individual accountable for their actions and their choices, and that this is not how we handle business.
District Attorney Bill Fitzpatrick says they will try to convict Sutton, a mother of 4, and seek a state prison sentence.
This is not going to be acceptable that this woman does not serve a substantial amount of time in a facility. She's given away a big chunk of her life for a completely, allegedly idiotic act.
The superintendent making it very clear to the community today who he holds accountable for this attack. Is the school district holding no accountability when it came to security? Of course, this woman was 4'10", but an adult is an adult.
We want to improve no matter what the situation is. If there's something we could have done differently, something we could have done better, we're interested in doing that. The problem becomes we get hit on both sides of it. Let's hold each other accountable. When I look at some of the headlines, though, it's like district did this, district did that, district didn't do this. It's just not fair. The teacher is currently out of the hospital and is recovering. D.A. Fitzpatrick says that the injuries she received are rarely seen in professional boxers. Now, Sutton has been bailed out, and D.A. Fitzpatrick says he plans to present this case to a grand jury. Now, if she is convicted on the charges she currently faces, the maximum sentence is 7 years in prison. In Syracuse, I'm Allure Lagarde reporting.
We know there is anger among teachers in the Syracuse City School District that this happened in the first place at Lincoln Middle School. Tonight, the Teachers Union president on what needs to change moving forward. Mary Keeler has that.
Syracuse Teachers Association President Nicole Capsello says she heard almost immediately about the assault on a teacher at Lincoln Middle School last week.
I'm mad. I'm frustrated. I am heartbroken. But we do need to ensure that this process plays out properly.
Capsello says the school was in lockdown by the time she got there and would not go into detail about the condition of the staff or the teacher. We're told she suffered serious injuries after a parent allegedly made it through school security and assaulted her in front of students. Capsello says she knew about the press conference the superintendent, district attorney, and Syracuse police chief were holding to update the community on the investigation. The superintendent saying in part, quote, "I don't think the district should be the one in question here," when referring to the incident.
Should the district be shouldering more of the accountability, or at least trying to shoulder some of the accountability here?
The responsibility of the act does lie solely on the parent, right? Like, they are the ones who entered the building, did not follow protocols that were in place, and eluded and ignored what they were supposed to be doing and put students and staff at risk. I do believe, though, that we have to review and change whatever it was that did break down.
We're told the teacher has been employed with the Syracuse City School District for 4 years and during that time has had an exemplary record. Meantime, we're also hearing from the president of New York State's teacher union, tweeting out a message of support to Syracuse teachers, saying in part, quote, "Your union has your back." In Syracuse, I'm Mary Keeler reporting.